Welcome back to the Asian Town Cricket Stadium here in Doha, Qatar for match number 14 of the competition. QCA T10 Ramadan Cup being sponsored by Ooredoo and LED Sports here at this historic venue. Winning the toss and deciding to bat first, the team Masters looking to get off to a flying start in the first 3 overs. The wicket has been challenging today and it's not going to be that easy for the batters to get boundaries away straight away. Slip in position. And he's beaten with that away movement.
Yeah, just what you were talking about there, Davey. Hint of movement, going away from the left-handed there. Has been the trend this evening so far. The ball has been jugging around, that's for sure. A few keeping low, a few jumping of odd lengths.
This time driven into the gap on the offside. Runs here. The batters will be through for 2 more runs. This has been a drastic change in the nature of the surface. Yesterday or day before we saw ball coming nicely onto the bat, but a bit more deterioration because of the amount of cricket that's been played on this particular strip. Total 13 matches already, and hence it's showing the signs of deterioration. Also the weather conditions not helping today. Much warmer, taking the moisture content out of the pitch.
It's a nice looking shot there, well timed. Yeah, they're absolutely right. It was nicely held together by that grass in the middle for the first few days, but obviously that grass has disappeared completely and there will be a few cracks beginning to open up and the bounce will become lower and the pace is going to be slower.
This time he lifts the ball over and the connection is awesome. It's gone for a 6.
Oh, that is an absolutely thunderous strike. Just a little shimmy down the track and then playing through the line. No intention to keep the ball down at any stage, and brings up the first 6 of this Masters CC innings.
Beautifully timed. Chose to hit it straight, which was the advantage, utilizing the full face of the blade. That will force the captain to make few changes in the field as well. Fieldsman at the long off position comes inside the circle. Man at the third man is inside the circle. Long off is still on the boundary. Now the long on fielder, and this time takes the edge and takes a single down to third man on the boundary.
Yes, seems to have quite an uncomplicated technique, does Adnan. Just making sure he plays with the full face of the bat and playing with a straight bat as well, which has been rare to see in this tournament. With that kind of a technique, you're sure to get runs if you spend some time out in the middle.
One thing is for sure, they're going to hit the back of length region now. The third man and fine leg on the boundary. The 2 fielders allowed for the first 3 overs, the mandatory power play overs. Gets it over the top, not quite. Straight to the fielder, sporting the jersey number 77. And they have struck early in the first over. Despite conceding a boundary, a wicket has been achieved.
Exactly what you were referring to there. Devinder bowls a hard length and that ball coming back into the right-hander. No room at all for him to play that cut. It was never on. And in the process, he ended up skying it to that fielder at covers. Simple catch taken as Murad goes back to the hut without troubling the scorers.
The approach has to be different when you're thinking about getting a score in the vicinity of 100 rather than thinking about 130. On this surface, it's going to be challenging as a batting unit to post 130 with a lot of help available for the fast bowlers bowling those variations. The ball is not coming that well, and also onto the bat, and also the inconsistency in bounce in the surface. That will be a real challenge for the batters. If they get to 100, it will be a competitive total. There is no doubt about that.
I completely agree with that. And as the ball is new and hard, the Masters CC batsmen need to capitalize, make sure they make use of these 3 overs. The ball is still coming onto the bat.
Still a warm evening, contrasting evenings that we've been witnessing in this tournament. So whatever the moisture was there in the pitch, it's been evaporated, and no wonder the pitch is playing few tricks here. 9 coming from the first over after winning the toss and batting first. The Masters, Khadir, not many runs in the first outing, comes to the crease.
Interesting to see how Adnan fares in this innings. He's looked good. I like what I see of him so far.
Slip third man on the boundary, long on the boundary. Brilliant effort from the wicketkeeper. It's wide. Getting into the act straight away. The ball was dying down. Indifferent bounce. It's a challenge for the keeper as well, as it poses challenges to the batters.
Yeah, and Sharon trying to bring that ball back into the left-hander, and as you rightly pointed out, there is that invariable bounce, and it's already beginning to show up.
Collected down the leg side. Extra back-to-back wides, not quite getting his line right, with one fieldsman on the boundary, on the onside at the long on position, looking to hit the stumps, looking to keep it stump to stump line, but he's getting some shape, and hence he's losing the direction.
Just looking at that shot by Adnan, there seemed to be a bit of a West Indian flavour there. One leg up, couldn't quite execute that shot there.
Again, not quite making the kind of connection that he wanted, bit lazy in completing that single.
I'm slightly perplexed why they have a third man back there for Adnan, because the ball is coming back into the left-hander and he's not being able to control his line unless he's able to bowl in both directions and swing in both directions. There's no point having the third man.
Also, the third man in fine leg, very, very fine, rather than a square. Looking at the pace in the surface, it's not a quick wicket. The ball is coming slowly off the surface, so it's going to go squarer rather than fine. Despite of having the slip fielder, still they got fine third man on the boundary, and misses the ball half volley on the leg stump, though it's a wide, but this could have been dispatched away to the boundary for 6.
Shireen so far in this over has been chasing the batsman's legs, regardless of whether it's a right or a left-hander on strike.
13 for 1. 3 wides already, all drifting down the leg side.
Is there a price tag on the batsman's legs?
Looking to rectify his lines. It's full swinging. They will take a single, little late in releasing that ball. Buys will be the signal from the umpire.
Yeah, overcompensating on that occasion, trying to bowl it a bit fuller. Missed the batsman, missed the keeper as well.
Masters Cricket Club winning the toss and batting first, 14 for 1. Adnan is betting on 10 of 6. A lot will depend on how he fares tonight. Khadir yet to open his account. So 3 wides and a bye. This time short lifting delivery. Disconcerting bounce there.
Is there something here with the name Adnan? Seem to be leading by examples. We had Adnan from Sprite Cricket Stars. Looked to be the man in form, looked to be the man you would go to for peculiar situations. And Adnan from Master CC has looked in real good shape so far.
Again, very good delivery, attacking the stumps, looking to work through the onside. Was cramped for the room. So still maintaining this similar kind of field, different field though for right and left and better. For the left hander they got long on in place. For the right hander better they keep man in the third man and fine leg on the boundary. That's the difference. Both men. The long on is also straight and a fine, and so is the man at the third man.
I think Adnan would feel that he He missed out on that last occasion. He was there to be hit.
Good shot. And there's plenty of space for him to work with. Footballing skills tried to no avail as he concedes a boundary through the onside.
Yeah, this time he got a good piece of it. Swinging through the line of the delivery, the ball coming into him. Just making sure that he gets it up and over the inner ring, not trying to hit it too hard.
18 for 1. 8 runs conceded. 3 wides in this over. Can he finish the over well? Full delivery outside the upper stump, left along to the keeper. 18 for 1 from 2 overs. It's a bright start already for the team. Masters Cricket Club, if you're looking in the vicinity of 110 or 105 from here on. A little bit of breeze blowing across the ground, giving the cooling effect. The lights are on. That's the team Masters Cricket Club. Murad Ali at the top of the order. Adnan, Khadir, Gyan Chandra, Ali, Muhaddar, Tabrij. His contribution will be vital with both bat and ball. An aggressive batsman in the middle order. Faisal Mohammad, Khalid Rahmatullah, Sajid Mohammad and Abdul Rajak. That's the team Masters Cricket Club. It's a glorious evening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium.
Just going back to that last ball of the last over, the batsman I thought was found wanting. They talk about a lot about knowing where your off stump is.
Good start. Attacking the stumps, typical test match length and line. Conceded 9 runs from the first over. Took the wicket as well. Good start to his second over for Salim. Operating from the industrial street end. It's going fine, but there's a protection on the boundary. No wonder they got the man at the fine leg. It's very, very fine, almost.
Yeah, another delivery in this innings that's been drifted into.
For the left-handed batter. Glides the ball beautifully, but there will be a single only.
Compact technique, making sure he plays the ball as late as possible. That ball capped a little low, but he kept his eyes on the ball till the very last moment, and then opening the face of the bat, running it down to the third man for a single.
The pitch is playing a few tricks here that creates some kind of doubt in the mind of the batter, so they are ultra conscious about the way they go about the business of getting run, but not this time. He hits it over the top of short mid wicket and away to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, that was a strong shot there. Had he missed that one, it would have been interesting. It might have gone on to Thompson right, covering the line of the stumps.
Playing it with the tide and getting it, or lifting it over the top of the man at the mid-wicket position. Now there will be reactionary change in field, mid-wicket on the boundary. Blazoned away over the top of extra cover and away to the boundary, back-to-back boundaries. One through the mid-wicket, a lofted stroke, and a lofted stroke through the offside over the top of extra cover.
Well, he's certainly starting to flex his muscles here, as you rightly pointed out. A shot on the onside, a shot on the offside, a reactionary change on the onside. Nothing on the offside. Have they got the fielder back now, or?
Still inside the 30-yard circle, excellent head position. The moment he made that connection. Hits him on the pad, the in-swinging delivery, he gets the revenge, he takes the wicket. Salim has taken his second, and it's the Khadir who was looking ominous, imperious with those 2 shots through the onside and through the offside, has been dismissed with a beautiful in-swinger.
Yeah, it would have been really tight. The last occasion he tried to attack, he played that shot actually for a boundary. On this occasion, overcompensating it, just getting that head out of the line of the delivery as opposed to playing it under his head, missing the ball, and the death rattle.
Late swing consuming Khadir for 8. 2 excellent boundaries. And Salim getting his second wicket in this spell. What a start. What a brilliant start in the bowling department, taking 2 dangerous looking batters out early. Salim claiming both the wickets, 2 for 20, 29 for 2. He conceded runs, but he was successful in getting wickets as well.
I like the way he planned this wicket. He had a man back at the deep mid-wicket region, so there was protection. And he made sure he bowled that delivery within the line of the stumps, straight as possible. And obviously that meant the batsman hitting and getting into trouble.
The first one was the in-swinger, which ended up around the leg stump, which was flicked away through the onside to get a boundary away. The another one was outside the off stump, and then getting a straight pull, which swung late, and a little bit of dip into that as well, and hence resulting in a wicket.
I think the batsman there was flirting with danger. He got away with the first one.
Can he finish the over well? Excellent delivery, attacking the stumps, giving nothing away to the batting unit. After conceding 2 boundaries, taking a wicket as well. 2 overs. The spell of 2 overs is finished for Salim, contributing with 2 wickets for 20, 29 for 2 after 3 overs, and that's the team Selex Cricket Club in this Ooredoo T10 Ramadan Cup. We got Shirin at the top of the order, Shihab, Shamir, Ashif Umair, Asif Abdullah, Amin Nasr, Afnas, Rabish, Salim, Afsal. That's the team Selex Cricket Club.
It's a team comprising of lots of A's and the S's.
Amir has been introduced into the attack from the QCA end. Will be interesting how he bowls on this pitch. The introduction of a spin.
Poised at this stage, the winner, 29 for 2. They'll be reasonably happy in the context of this tournament with the amount of runs they've scored in these first 3 overs. Will be the masters, but Selex would be happy with their 2 wickets.
3 men on the onside, long on, mid-wicket and fine leg. Works the ball away on the onside in front of the square to take a single. 2 on the offside, men at the long off and sweeper cover position. So then it will be challenged with this strike rotation, right and left hand batters combining together to challenge the consistent lines. So he's got also fine leg on the boundary as well. Right hand batter Khalid. For 2 after 3.1 over. Amir still not happy with the field, getting the man at the fine leg, right on the boundary. Pulled away. It's gone high up in the air, and it would sail over the boundary for a 6.
For a moment I thought I was going to land somewhere in the middle of Doha. It had the distance, it had the height as well. Just hit that ball and admired it.
.36 for 2. Stroking the ball at the rate of 10.80.
Again, once again, that line is reminiscent of what has happened rather in this tournament when a batsman hits a boundary towards the onside, overcompensation and bowling a wide way down the offside.
Too far outside the off stump, wide again.
Remember, it happened in the last game. 2 sixes and then the bowler losing the plot.
Spinners bowling back-to-back wides. into the pitch. That's a good delivery. Looking to bowl into the pitch, getting a little bit of bounce as well.
Finally getting it right. He comes once again and tucked away towards that deep, towards that fine point for a single.
They've been able to get a boundary in this over, 6 of the second delivery, then a couple of wides. Now the single has already conceded 10 runs without taking chances. It's a good going in the batting department for the team. MCC lazily driven down the ground for a single. Has all the time to play these kind of shots, and he's happy because he's already got a 6 from the over.
He seems to be the more conventional of the two batters out there in the middle. Plays copybook, textbook strokes.
There's a protection on the boundary at the fine leg region, so they will stroll through for a single. He's conceded 12 runs from the over. It's 41 for 2 here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha, Qatar. Excellent conditions here under lights here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha. And the Masters 11 winning the toss and batting first, posting 41 for 2 in 4 overs. Wonderful time to be here at Asian Town Cricket Stadium, commentating, experiencing what these players have to offer. And great to see participation from all communities in the field of cricket as well.
It's been great hospitality that we received in Doha, Qatar. Excellent conditions. Players have enjoyed themselves, and so have we as commentators. I think it's been an absolute privilege to be commentating in this tournament.
Rabi's has been introduced into the bowling attack from the industrial street end. Long off and long on in place. Driven down the ground, firmly struck. There's a misfield, and that will prompt the batsman to come back for the second.
Yeah, it was drilled down the ground, hit really hard all along the carpet there, so we'll just get a couple.
They find themselves in a good position after losing 2 early wickets in the power play overs. Khalid batting on 10 of 6. Adnan 17 of 13. Gets it behind square on the onside for a single. Clear indication that they want to hit boundaries away. At the moment, the focus is not on taking undue risk here.
Yeah, I think they're reasonably placed at this stage with 44 for the loss of 2 wickets. As we look at Rabish's stats in this tournament, 2 matches, 1 run and 2 wickets.
Deep mid wicket now in place for the left-hand batter. Adnan 17 of 13. More shuffling going on in the field. Man at the point position on the boundary on the offside. Extra cover inside the circle. Third man is also inside the circle. Looking to hammer the ball through the onside.
Yeah, all he managed to connect on that occasion was thin air, swinging and swinging hard. It was a difficult line rather to hit. The length was there. It was just around that half volley region.
Straight to the man. There's a fumble that will allow the batter to complete the single safely.
Yeah, a bit of shimmy down the wicket there, and the idea, I'm sure, was to bludgeon that ball straight down the ground, but then obviously realized the ball wasn't there, and adjusting his shot at the last moment.
Beaten. just 4 runs from this over so far. This has been an excellent over from Rabish.
There was width on offer on that last occasion, and Khalid might feel that he's missed out there. Even half a connection would have earned him some runs.
Full toss with square leg inside the 30-yard circle, and it has been dispatched away to the square boundary for 4. Not a good finish to the over. 0.6. Masters Cricket Club with a negative net run rate, minus 1.8. Would like to win this match with a massive margin in order to stay in the hunt for the playoffs. That's the situation in Group B. In Group A, Fatam Doha winning both the matches with the positive net run rate of 2.52 and almost ascertaining their place in the playoffs. 2 batters looking to stitch together a partnership. Good effort so far in 5 overs on this wicket, Mikhail.
Good evening, Devinder. Yeah, so fine effort of what reading we've been getting from teams and players. The pitch is getting a little difficult to bat on. The ball's not really coming onto the willow the way they want to, rather want it to.
Also, alteration in game plan as well. Those slower deliveries, hitting the deck, and taking the pace off. That's been working quite fine, though spinners not getting much purchase from the surface.
We've not seen many spinners in operation in this particular tournament. Usually in the T10, T20 fixture, we see a lot of leg spinners, left arms, orthodox spinners. But out here, it's been gentle medium pacers operating from both ends. 50 up in the 6th over for Masters Cricket Club. It's a good partnership here between Adnan and Khalid.
It's strike rotation also without taking any risk. Batting at good tempo, 50 for 2. More changes in the field. Finally comes up in the circle. Third man is on the boundary. Stroked away. A confident flat hit for a 6.
Just freeing his arms over there, Khalid. That was very close to him, and he gleefully accepted that as well as he went over long on. Much needed 6. They need more of this.
Confidence boosting shot because he hit that one on the right without worrying about the variation from the pitch. He's clearing his front leg and smoking the ball down the ground for a 6.
Oh yes, he creamed that. Just like the way he freed his arms and got that extension of the arm as well. Pressure on Shihab. He's picked that up from middle and dispatched over long on. Beg your pardon, long leg into the crowd, into the stands. Khalid is making merry in the middle.
There's little shuffle at the crease with the angle, shuffling across, getting the ball around the leg stump with the tide, getting it from the center of the plate and ball carrying all the way over the square leg boundary for a 6. Back-to-back 6s, 1 down the ground, 1 over the square leg.
It's the swivel that helped him. Batting deep inside his crease. Just made that late adjustment. Shihab has conceded 2 6s. Nicely worked towards the square leg region, running the first run fast. This has been a very productive over here for Masters.
Great game awareness. Also the nature of delivery is coming at him. He has identified the areas where he's going to attack. Whenever it's in his area, he's going to give a real thump. Adnan is on to 19 of 16, 28 of just 12 deliveries for Khalid.
Drifting down the leg, an ambitious appeal there. Was trying to work it towards backward square.
Leg by signal. Pitching outside the leg stump. Also going further down the leg side. 2 6s from this over, 14 already. Good tempo. They are going at the moment. The partnership is developing. It's looking dangerous for the opponents.
Selex need a wicket out here. Very, very important they find a breakthrough. Oh, that's a poor delivery. Fine leg up in the circle. That'll be 4.
And wide as well. They've been conceding runs with the bat, and now a real gift to the opposition. 14 already from this over, now 19 with those 5 runs wide down the leg side. 19 from his first over. This has been an unforgettable experience for Shihab.
Oh yes, and you call these game-changing overs. I'll tell you why, because we'll take a reference point of the last game after this delivery. Slower through the air, they'll take a single towards backward point. In the last game between Gulfar Al Misnad and Sprite Cricket Stars, 1 over went for 23, and that was the difference between the two sides. And once again, this over, 20 of the 6th, could well be a game-changing over in favour of the Masters Cricket Club.
Good attendance tonight as well. It is Masters Cricket Club versus Selex. Cricket fans thronging to this stadium, not in large number. It's working day here in Qatar. Still coming and witnessing the game, and the quality of cricket has been quite good.
Oh yes, and the conditions as well to play in and to watch cricket has been amazing. Perfect strip to bat on, nice gale of breeze blowing across the ground. And as the sun sets through the twilight zone, it does get a little windy as well.
It's an exhilarating experience watching cricket under lights, colored clothing, white ball, grassy field, and an excellent surface, sporting surface on offer.
And MCC are making full use of the excellent surface on offer. They've raced to 70 with 8 wickets in hand and 24 deliveries to spare. They look good to score big in this fixture against Selex.
Deep mid wicket and long on the onside. There's a fumble. Still there is a protection there on the boundaries. There will be a single. What score should they be looking at? The team Masters Cricket Club from here on, 70 for 2. Should they play over by over? Should they think about keeping some score in their mind to aim for?
Anything close to 115, 120 with 8 wickets in hand, I feel will be a very intimidating target for Selex when they come out to bat. We've seen teams get to 148 and that being chased down as well on the given day.
Well, with the amount of deterioration taken place on this surface, it's going to be difficult to get to 150 from here on. But you never know. It's a T10. This time he lobs the ball away. Not quite going to the boundary. It was a bullet arm but high throw.
Oh yes, they complete 2 in the process. You've seen quite a few run-outs in this tournament. You don't want a run-out, particularly when you have 2 set batsmen in the middle. Khalid on 30 and 14, Adnan 21 and 18. This is a very fine partnership and a very vital association in context of the game.
Searching for wicket. 2 set batsmen. That's a dangerous proposition to experience as a bowling unit. Heading into the later half of the innings, there is a fumble and there will be that extra run.
A very crisp shot towards mid-wicket, just like the way he flicked it. Once that was allowed to pass through the fielder, always 2 for the taking. You want to believe anyway, close to 115, 120 is what they should be aiming at. If they don't get there, anything over 100 in itself, we saw in the last game, is pressure on the chasing side.
Captain of the Selex was aiming for restricting the opposition below 75 on the surface. 75 runs have already been scored inside 7 overs. Glides it beautifully. Great awareness about where the fielders aren't.
Oh yes, just using the pace of the ball this time. It was short and wide. All he had to do was just place it towards the backward gully region.
Total of 2 matches scheduled for tomorrow as well, starting at 6:30 Qatar local times. 76 for 2. Match number 2 on the 7th day. Match number 14 of the competition into the second phase of the QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022.
What an opportunity and platform it has been. Gives the charge, plays it in the air towards backward point for another single.
Those who get opportunities to play the game of cricket on Saturdays or Sundays, or and still they get time out to play the game of cricket and play with a lot of passion on concrete grounds and on cemented pitches, and then coming and experiencing turf wicket, grassy field, and internet underlight and live streaming.
Just helps the players' morale, confidence, cricketing acumen, skill, and they grow from here on.
Hits it high up in the air, and the catch is safely taken. So Shireen getting the wicket as well, and the partnership has finally been broken.
Very soft dismissal here. Looking to go big on this one. Didn't quite get underneath that one. Was eager to launch it. Simple catch taken at covers. Third wicket falls here for Masters Cricket Club. Much needed wicket for Selex. This partnership was growing in confidence. Adnan departs for 24 in 21. He's given good support to Khalid. He walks back.
Players from Bangladesh, those who had the aspiration of playing for respective countries, had to abort their plans, the dreams of playing for respective countries. 77 for 3 after 7 overs with 14 extras, 24 of 21 from the blade of Adnan Chef. And Khalid Mohammad is betting on 31 of 15. Had the experience of watching quality cricket in the 90s and early 2000. And then they had to abort their dream because of the family conditions and other things, then coming to different country, finding job, and still keeping their passion for cricket alive. And a great opportunity to reignite those memories of watching the legendary cricketers from years gone by, and also thinking about inspiring the next generation of cricketers from Qatar to take part into the competition as well. Tabrij, a lot of expectation comes to the crease.
Amir will bowl his second over. Very well aware of the current situation. Gave away 12 in his first, but he's up against a very informed Khalid. Down the leg. This is where he'll need to be very careful. He cannot concede extras and he cannot bowl a lengthy over.
12 from the first over. Likes that onside region. Khalid is a tall man and hits the big ball as well. Mid wicket right on the fence. Again drifting down the leg side. It's not getting his line right.
Great glove work behind the stumps. Standing up, and the ball was just angling down the leg side. Did well to get his gloves on it. This is the problem here now with Amir conceding 2 extra deliveries up front. He's staring at a very long over.
Can he get his lines right? Hitting the ball into the pitch and taking a single away on the offside. Eventually settling for that quick flat delivery.
That's more like the stock delivery in the T10 and T20 format.
When nothing
Quicker and flatter.
When nothing works. Mid wicket on the boundary, long on the boundary, man at the long off, extra cover there on the boundary, and man at the third man, who is very, very fine, right behind the wicket keeper on the boundary.
Another wide, third of the over, and this is where the problems are accentuated here for Selex. They're conceding way too many extras for comfort at the moment.
Under pressure to get his lines right on 31, Khalid to face him. This time he glides the ball away. Won't travel to the boundary. There will be a couple of runs for the batters. Happy the way they've been going so far in this innings, and looking to continue in the same vein. 3 wides and a single and a couple of runs. Under lights here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. the case, will take a single. Amir has conceded 18 runs already. 1.3 over.
5 deliveries bowled, but only 2 of them are legal so far. Make that 6 and 3 deliveries. So he has another 3 deliveries to bowl.
Does not want to concede a single. This time he's beaten off the deflection of keeper's glove. Will take a single. By signal by the umpire. Khalid 33. Can he get to his half century from this stage of play? 33 of just 17 deliveries. Stroked away on the onside, and it's a flat 6. Bad becomes worse for Amir.
Gives the charge, taken on the full this time, and it goes up and over the mid-wicket region. What a know what this has turned out to be for Masters. Selex have just put themselves under a grave situation.
Pulled through the onside, and he's got another boundary away through the onside. Back-to-back 6s as he moves into the 40s. .45, 1 hit away from getting to his half century. Khalid of just 19 deliveries. Towering figures. Manhattan over number 6 and 8, giving the much needed impetus to the innings. Consistent throughout the innings, and then taking charge in the remaining overs to put score in the vicinity of 120 from here on. Khalid on 45 of 19 will have this, will be on non-strike. 45 of 19, Tabraj on 1.
Rubbish to bowl the 9th over.
More fielders on the onside, on the boundary mid-wicket, and long on this time he gets it away behind the square on the onside to take a single. And he's feeding strike back to Khalid on 45.
What an innings he's played. 45 and 19. He's raced to those numbers. And the reason why MCC find themselves in a position of strength, courtesy Khalid. Rabish will need to bowl something really special in the next 5 deliveries.
Can he get to his half century with a 6 on 45? Managed back-to-back 6s in the previous over. Down the track, and he is out of a wide delivery, stumped.
Very smart bowling by Rabish. He sensed the charge and he bowled it wide off the batter. Nice glove work done as well. You could see some drift on this delivery. He just kept moving away from the right-handed batter. And Khalid could nowhere get close to the ball. Very big wicket. Much needed one. Khalid departs for 45 and 20, and what an innings he's played.
An astonishing innings of 45 of 19 deliveries, putting their team in a position of strength. 98 for 4. As Khalid goes for 45 of 20 deliveries, stumped off the bowling of Rabish with 5 6s and 1 4, getting to 45. 98 for 4.
It was a wide delivery as well, so that will be accounted for. But what a time to get the wicket of Khalid, just when he was looking so dangerous, and just when he was opening up. Batting inside, deep in the crease, you sense he's eyeing that mid-wicket region. There he goes for that helicopter shot, does not quite connect it, manages a single towards the mid-wicket region.
Ooredoo presents QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022. day number 7 of the competition, match number 14. It's Masters Cricket Club taking on the team Selex. Masters captain winning the toss and batting first. Good consistent runs at the top of the order, and then late surge from Khalid, making sure they are in a position of strength. 100 for 4. Fine leg is up in the circle. He gets the ball into the gap, and it will win the race as well, dragging it away behind square for 4.
The 9th over, the 100 is up. They get an inside edge for a 4, all going in favor of the Masters Cricket Club. That was a nothing shot, but they say when everything goes your way, nobody can stop you from getting it.
Outfield is lightning quick here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. You get value for your shots. 104 for 4. Can they get to 120 from here on? This time straight to the fielder.
Again an inside edge, but this time going right into the hands of the fine leg fielder that could have easily gone for another 4. So MCC would be pleased with this effort of getting past the 100-run mark. Now every run that they get from here on is going to be a bonus, Devinder.
But they would like to get to 120 to put the team out of the opposition out of the contest. This time around, teasing for the fielder, but it's gone way over him for a 6.
Oh yes, another very ordinary delivery by Rabish. That was full and at a very good height as well. All he had to do was give that a swivel, enough below for it to go over long on, as the fielder could only see it sail over him.
1, 1, 1 for 4. Stroked away, firmly hit, straight to the man on the boundary. And taking a fine catch, diving forward. It was hit with tremendous power.
Oh, that was Fiaz with that catch. The ball was just dying on him. Kept his eye. Once again, just shuffling in the crease. Went with an helicopter-like shot. Nice low catch. Great balance in the end. And a very good effort as well. Another wicket falls here for Masters Cricket Club. Nelson strikes at 1-1-1.
Masters Cricket Club, how many will they get from here on? 7 legitimate deliveries to go in this contest. Tabriz still at the crease with the potential to play big shots. 6 of 5. Sajid, the batsman, out for 7. Caught on the boundary. A brilliant catch. Taken on the boundary ropes, moving forward. And just inches above the turf.
Costly second over by Rabish, though he did get a wicket by the end of it. He did concede quite a few. The only standout performer today, Khalid Mohammed, 45 of 19. He found support with Adnan Saif, 24 of 21. The two were looking very good and stitched a very vital partnership together. But after that, it hasn't been much of big hits, as batsmen have not been able to go into the double figures as well.
Salim Mohammed bowling 2 overs expensive, taking 2 wickets for 21 for 15 in 2 overs for Sherin. Amin Nasser was taken for runs at the economies of 15 runs per over, none for 13 2 overs, and 2 for 21 for Rabish. And Shihab bowling solitary over for 20 runs. No wonder they find themselves in a very, very bad position in the bowling department. Last over to be bowled.
That's drilled down the ground for a single towards long off. .120 is what we discussed about, and it looks like they will get somewhere close to that unless and until either of Tabriz or Abdul play some mighty hits in the middle. But otherwise, it's been a very good batting effort.
Good consistent run scoring in the power play overs as well as in the middle stage of the innings as well. and they provide that little late surge into this innings. It's
Dot
brilliant.
ball. A dot ball at this time of the game. Not just a chest of gold, but also a miracle.
It is, especially in T10 version of the game. Full toss, low full toss. And there is a protection there on the boundary, so we'll have to settle for a single. This has been very good over. He's been given to bowl the final over. Hasn't bowled so far in this match. So finally getting the opportunity to bowl the final over. Just conceding 2 in first 3 deliveries. Trying to whack the ball through the onside. He's beaten. It will be single as well. By signal by the umpire.
Very fine death bowling here by Afnas at a time when others have been carted and played all around the ground. He's bowled with a lot of maturity and control.
Full toss, low full toss. Still not getting enough power behind the stroke to get it over the boundary. 2 runs taken. There is a deflection. They are going to go for the 3rd run, and there is going to be run out in the process.
It's run for everything contest in the middle at the moment. They're practically trying to garner as many runs in the final few deliveries. There was no 3rd run in that whatsoever. An underarm throw, and this resulted in the fall of another wicket. But at this stage, you'd want to try everything. It's maximum risk and maximum runs.
114 for 5. Can they finish with a couple of lusty blows here? Who changes there in the field? Man at the fine leg up in the circle. Man at the mid wicket and square leg on the boundary. Bowled him with a straight ball.
Just the perfect death delivery that you would call, right underneath the bat, and this has castled the batter as well. It's been a very fine over by Afnas, kept things very tight, and in the end Masters Cricket Club finish on 116 for 7 in their 10 overs. This has been a very good batting effort, and they've given them a chance to secure 2 points. It was Khalid Mohammad with 45 of 19 and Adnan Saif 24 of 21 who did the bulk of the scoring to get them past the 100-run mark. Make no mistake, 22 extras were conceded by the bowling side. That's as many as 3.5 overs that helped Masters Cricket Club get to 117.
And on this surface, should have bowled slightly better. Bowlers suffered, conceded plenty of runs. 2 for 20 from Salim Mohammed, 1 for 15 in 2 overs from Sherin, 2 for 21 in 2 overs for Rabish, and Shihab going for 20 runs that over. That brought about a revolutionary change the way they finished this innings. And Afnas bowling the final over, taking wicket as well, 1 for 4.
I wonder where was Afnas hiding all this while. Well, we had a match played earlier in the day as well between Gulfar Al-Misnad and Sprite Cricket Stars. It was a very close encounter, and Gulfar went on to win that game. Of course, we'll have to take a look at the presentation of that game. We'll head into the presentation area to see who walked away with the honours.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the presentation ceremony of match number 13 on day 7 of Ooredoo Presents QCA Ramadan T10 Cup powered by Elite Sports. What a contest we've just seen, and by doing so Gulfar Al-Misnad have made Group A very, very interesting as it's completely split wide open with this victory of theirs. Now batting first, Gulfar Al-Misnad managed 104 for 7, and in the chase Sprite Cricket Stars almost got there, but they lost out on the big hits, else it would have been a completely different story. They went down by 9 runs, and Gulfar Al Misnad now stay alive in the tournament to keep hopes alive as well to getting into the playoffs. Just the right time to talk to the captains of both the teams. We'd like to call upon the captain of Sprite Cricket Stars first up, Sunil Alexander, for a quick chat. Sunil, the big hits were missing in the end.
Yes, of course. It was missing from the beginning also. First of all, the pitch was doing a bit slow compared to the previous match. First match it was coming nicely onto the bat, but I don't think it was coming really well on the bat. And they also struggled to score, and they made 100 on the board, and then chasing it was always under pressure. But then we fought well, and we have one more game, so let's hope for the best. Our boys did well in the end.
You tweaked the batting order today for this chase. Do you feel that you could have done it differently in hindsight?
No, everyone, the order we set, everyone was capable, but then it was that the pitch was doing much. It was not coming onto the bat. That was lagging on the big hits.
25 extras, almost 4 extra overs.
That costed a lot. If that was around 10 or less than 10, this game was us.
Nevertheless, you still have your chance to get into the quarterfinals with that last game against Fatim. So all the very best for that.
Okay, I also wish Gulfar all the best for the next game. Thank you.
Right, that was captain of Sprite Cricket Stars, Sunil Alexander. Quick chat with the winning captain of Gulfar Al Misnad, Nuwan Dhananjaya. You keep your hopes alive, much needed win. You can breathe a sigh of relief now.
Yeah, really, we boys done a really good job while the batting also. As we told, 100 run is quite a good score for us. Even the bowlers are doing well in the second session.
You always felt that it was a safe total to defend on the surface?
Yeah, as a previous match, we had a fresh team, and the combination we didn't get it. But yeah, we chasing is defend total is much better than us.
Right, very well done. You have your last match against Bangla Tigers, if I'm not wrong, and that'll be a good game against.
Yeah, really, we are hopefully give the good match.
All the very best, Nuwan. Well played.
Thank you.
Right. Well, just the right time to call upon a guest of honor this evening as well. We'd like to invite Mr. Isa Ali Al Ghanen, the Assistant General Secretary of Qatar Cricket. Sir, if you could request for your gracious presence and congratulate you and the Qatar Cricket Association of putting across such a wonderful concept ahead. Mr. Ghanen will be giving the Player of the Match award. We have as many as 3 contenders over here. We had Mohammad Adnan from Sprite Cricket Stars. He had 3 wickets for 15 runs in his 2 overs. Vinod Kumar from Gulfar Al Misnad as well, 25 runs in 16 deliveries. But it goes to Vaishak from Gulfar Cricket Club, 25 runs in 16 deliveries, 2 4s and 2 6s. Vaishak, you can come here. You can please stand over here. Mr. Ghanen, can I request you to kindly take the medallion and give it to Vaishak for a very fine batting performance. That's Mr. Isa Ali Al Ghanen, the General Secretary of the Qatar Cricket Association, handing over the Player of the Match award to Vaishak for a very fine innings at the top order. Thank you so much, Mr. Ghanen, for coming in. We'll have a quick chat here with Vaishak. Vaishak, satisfied with this performance?
Yeah, actually, first of all, I say thanks to Gulfar team for giving me this opportunity to play here. Then also, yeah, it's a good teamwork. We will win. Then next match also we will do same like this. We will win should be. Thank you.
What do you have to say about the surface? Is the ball coming onto the bat, or you had to actually play yourself in?
No, actually, ball will come to the bat, no issue. But some ball will, some uneven balls will come here. So no problem. That both will do, bowling and batting. It should be easy, no problem.
Right, you're making it to count every time you go out there to bat for your side. Very well done. Keep up the great work, Vaishak.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Vaishak from Gulfar Al Misnad, Player of the Match in this contest against the Sprite Cricket Stars. That's it from the presentation area. We'll come back to you with the next match after a very short break.
That was Mikhail Wasmani with the presentation of the first game here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. It was an excellent effort in the batting department from the team Masters Cricket Club, winning the toss and batting first. Khalid making a massive contribution, 45, in keeping the team in a position and kept developing the partnerships with his partners to get to 116 in their stipulated 10 overs here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha. Under lights, match number 14. It will be challenged looking at the surface here. It's playing a few tricks here. Challenge to negotiate those indifferent bounds. Ooredoo presents QCA Ramadan Cup 2022. It's a T10 version of the game. Total of 16 teams participating over the course of 16 days, and the final is scheduled to be played on 22nd of April at this venue. Great opportunity for players from different regions here in Qatar to come here and experience these kind of conditions to play the game of cricket with, the pitch conditions, the outfield, and it is possible only because Ooredoo is sponsoring the event.
Oh, they have been very fine patrons, lending support and developing domestic cricket in Doha, Qatar. And it's a very fine endeavor and initiative taken up by the title sponsors of the QCA Ramadan T10 Cup. So the equation is very clear here for the chasing side, Selex. They need to get 200 and odd runs if they have to win this fixture of theirs. What a contest. They need to get 117 if they need to win this game. They'll have to do it at 11.7 runs and over. Just the right time to welcome my co-commentator in the comm box, Raza Anjum. Raza, good evening.
Good evening, Mikhail. A humongous, a gargantuan task in hand for Selex CC. 117 they need to get in there, allotted 10 overs, 11.7 runs required to the over. They'll have to get off to a flying start.
Watchfully defended, on target here. We've begun with proceedings. And Qadir, ball number 1, keeping it in the right channel.
Not very often you see a bowler bowling with a cap on. And a bit of shape there away from the batsman.
Yeah, not often do we see bowlers wearing caps and bowling. We've seen them wearing shades, yes. Colored hair, yes. But with caps, very unorthodox.
Oh, this could be tight. The umpire is unmoved. He looked pretty straight. He's been bowling with the shape away from the batsman. We'll have a look at that on the replay.
Oh, just felt that it pitched outside leg, or maybe it was drifting down leg. Top decision there. Prasanna Haran with that umpiring call.
On this
This could
occasion,
misfield and 2 runs have been taken. Once again, gentle medium pace, a flick towards the fine leg region, and it's a very fast outfield. That's for first boundary here for Selex. They're up and running, but that was once again drifting down the leg. All he had to do was just roll his wrists over that.
I think he got a little bit greedy there after that appeal for LBW, trying to aim for his pads, aim for his stumps once again, as we look at the replay. I was clearly looking for that LBW, but nicely worked away, evading that fielder on the fine leg. And he comes again a bit slower in pace and defended off the back foot.
One over gone, 7 without the loss of a wicket. Quiet start here. The boundary coming in very handy. But when you're chasing 117, the asking rate will keep climbing up if you have quiet overs.
It was interesting to see that last shot, Mikhail. A back foot defense. Not very often you see a shot like that in T10 format.
Presenting the full face of the bat maker's name presented. Just not been able to understand the approach on most occasions by team batting first or batting second. Yes, there has to be a method to the madness. We believe in all of that. But there's no method and there's absolute madness when they've been batting in the middle. Tabraiz with the second over.
Well, let's have a look at the field here. He's got a man patrolling that deep square leg boundary. There's a man at deep mid-on as well. As many as 5 fielders on the onside, and the fine leg is up in the ring.
Nicely bowled. Just like the way he got that ball to pitch and get it into the right-handed batter.
There's another shot, another back foot defense. It's a bit of an anticlimax, that.
And all of a sudden, hell breaks loose in the middle and they play a wild swing shot, and that's where they throw away their wicket. And that's why it's important they construct this chase with a lot of sanity in the middle. Just what I was telling you about. Give that wild swing.
Yeah, there are no half measures here. Either they're trying to drill that ball with utmost force and hit them way out of the park, or just defending them and playing out dot balls.
That's a very good length Tabraiz is bowling at the moment. Just keeping that outside the off stump, inviting the batter to play the drive. And he's been very, very active in setting his own field. He has a long on, beg your pardon, long off coming inside the circle. He's moved cover to sweeper cover. And he has a long on in place as well. Played towards point. He's bowling to his field, Raza.
Absolutely, that's really good to see. He's been quite proactive. It's not always the captain's responsibility to change the field. You as a bowler are aware of your strengths and limitations at the same time. You've got to analyze the batsman's strengths and weaknesses as well, and then make an informed decision about how you want to set your field. And that's exactly what Tabraiz is doing. 3 dot balls so far in this over.
Throwing the kitchen sink at this one. Once again, nowhere close to the pitch of the ball. They've not been able to middle deliveries at the moment.
Yeah, they're off to a sedate start here. Selex CC. They'll have to find a way to get out of jail. And once again, changing the field. He's moved that man at short mid-off to short mid-on, mid-off rather, to long mid-off.
Oh, that's taken, edged and taken. Very good catch. That ball had some carry as well. He's been bowling in the right areas and Tabraiz has struck. You could see it coming. That's because Ashif was just not able to get behind the ball.
Yeah, it was on the cards. As we look at that delivery again, outside the off stump, a hint of movement away, trying to cut that ball. The balance was all over the place. You can say that both about the batsmen and the bowlers. Ashif moving back to the hut. He only scored 1 and played 7 deliveries in the process.
That's going to hurt Selex at the moment. That's because their asking rate is almost 13.5 and over. So far it's been a top display of accuracy and precision by Tabraiz. 5 dot balls. This could well and truly be a maiden wicket over if he gets that final delivery as well. And what a start here by Master, that Shamir makes his way to the middle.
And if that happens, Mikhail, it would be the first of this tournament. Not often you see a wicket maiden in T10 cricket.
Oh yes, that's like a lottery. Selex will need a maverick, a freakish innings in the middle. In the T10 format, you need someone who can just come and disrupt oppositions. Here we are with the final delivery of the second over. Well, this is the replay, just coming back to the wicket once again. The excitement showing on Tabriz, losing his ground as well and balance.
Really effervescent on that occasion. Getting a wicket, it always feels good as a bowler. And particularly after you've set the batsman up like he did on that occasion, reaping reward of his efforts.
Sometimes you don't want to end up celebrating too much after a wicket. We've seen it with a few cricketers, few bowlers trying to over-celebrate a wicket and just pulling a muscle here and there. Raza, if I take you back memory.
Right, yeah, I mean it was against Zimbabwe that Hassan Ali, for example, celebrating too early, getting too excited, and we'll come back to that after this interview, and getting the team physio involved, who wouldn't have been very happy with his solitary celebration.
What an over this has been. Top over, top performance by Tabriz, a maiden over and a wicket as well. This is what your captain wants from you. Everyone coming him and giving him the high five. He's got the big wicket, the experience coming to fore. He's a senior statesman in the side. Age may not be on his side, but he's bringing in all his experience.
Well, as far as he's concerned, age is just a number. Talking about numbers, he's got some excellent figures in that over. So 7 for 1 they are. At the moment, 2 was bowled. It's been a pedestrian start at the moment, to say the least. Something needs to give here. Something needs to happen as Khadir comes into bowl his second over.
Nicely bowled, watchfully defended. A shy at the stumps. Does not quite collect that.
Yeah, looking to rotate the strike here. Shihabi has been there for 4 deliveries and 5 in fact, and managed to score 7. Got to be able to do better than that when you're chasing a target as steep as this one. As Shamir is on strike. This time he swings, he's got the outside edge. It's been taken by the man positioned at that short third man position. Simple catch.
And Asif makes his way to the middle. This is going to be a huge, huge task ahead of the batting side.
As we talk, it's the net run rate again that comes into contention all of a sudden, and Selex CC needs to decide whether they go full Monty and try to chase down this target. Oh, a bit of aggression shown on that occasion. They've gone up for an appeal. It's nice to see some of that.
Once again, Kadir very accurate with the line and length of his. Just look at the channels in which he's bowling. Middle and middle. And look at that for aggression. Stay in your crease is the message to the batter by Kadir.
Yeah. Got a bit overexcited on that occasion. And this time Fulham again defended away, looking for a single. If I were the master CC batsman, captain, I beg your pardon, I wouldn't really mind that approach by the Selex batters.
And what baffles me is the approach that they put across over here. They've been watchful. Somebody just needs to go and remind them that it's a T10 format, chasing 117 and not a test match in the middle. They need to smell the coffee now. They need to pull up their socks and take their chances. This time, gives that a wild hit in the gap, goes towards the third man region for a 4. Streaky, but they'll welcome it.
It was reminiscent of the way a wicket felt earlier in this innings, but this time it just flew safely between that man at short third man and backward point. Lucky, but it's a boundary that they were anxiously waiting for. So 5 of the over so far as the last ball coming up, and once again defended back on the back foot. What is he trying to achieve here? If you've got to go, if you go down, you've got to go down fighting. At the moment, it's just a surrender.
Abject surrender at the moment, it looks like. Shihab 7 of 5, Asif 4 and 4. Asif consumed 7 deliveries and was dismissed at the score of 1, and Shamir failed to add to the tally. They're going at a run rate of 4 and over, and their asking rate is climbing because they need 105 in 42 deliveries. Just wonder what's the plan in the middle. A message coming to the dugout, from the dugout.
Yeah, they've really got to get a move on now, or else they will be staring down disgrace, and that's not what you want to do when you're playing in a competitive tournament like this. Have to show better intention than this.
Power play is done and dusted. The field restrictions have been lifted, and the fielders are now positioned in the boundary ropes as well. And in all of it, in the first 18 deliveries, Selex have managed only 12. And this is where they may have missed out. Sajid, introduced into the attack, will be bowling from the Elite Sports end. Once again, watchfully played towards the middle. Oh, where did that ball go? He went for glory. He had a shy at the stumps, but he just missed it.
It seems at the moment that the Selex CC batsmen are out on a picnic.
It seems to be a long vacation for them. Driven down the ground towards covers. Good looking stroke, but no runs.
Oh, I like that. Head over the shoulders, weight leaning forward. Copybook stuff. Couldn't quite get the scoreboard ticking though. And that's what's more important though.
Sajid has begun well. Goes big aggression. But as he found the fielder, oh, that's a lovely catch under pressure. The lights had blinded the fielder, but somehow he's managed to take it. He's indicating that he may have lost the ball for a split second, but he kept his composure.
Fortune favors the brave, they say. They haven't been brave enough, so when they do attempt a shot at last, it goes straight into the hands of the fielder.
Selex are falling apart in this chase of theirs. Another fine catch taken in the deep. Another wicket falls for them. Their third, 4th over in progress, and they're 13 for 3.
Seems like a long evening here for Selex CC. It's been a pedestrian effort, to say the least. Haven't really gone about their business as aggressively as they should have tonight. There's no point playing defensively and trying to save your wicket in this format of the game. You've got to go from the word go. Try and cut loose, play some shots. That hasn't happened, unfortunately. In fact, they've been looking to dab the ball around and look for singles.
Played towards mid-wicket, shy of the stumps, one stump to aim at. They're practically running for everything inside the 30-yard circle. It's the boundaries that have dried up for Selex at the moment.
Yeah, it's a dry spell in general, Mikhail.
I just fail to understand the approach of Selex at the moment. They're practically playing with soft hands. Every delivery that's been thrown at them, I have not seen signs of aggression. The one time they did, they lost the wicket.
And this time it was pitched out of the black block hole, and it should have been stopped by that man at short mid-wicket. But it was misfielded, and the man at deep long on wasn't really able to come across and stop the ball either. So a boundary at last. Sloppy cricket there by the fielder.
Breaks the shackles there with that boundary, releases some pressure. No way close to getting to the target at the moment. 18 in 4 overs. 3 batsmen in the dugout. Look at the follow wickets for 7, 8 and 13. That run rate of 4.50 means that asking rate is 16.50. These numbers are telling you a very sorry script here for Selex.
It just makes me wonder, Mikhail, whether it's a T10 or C10. Seeing 10 of Selex's batsmen bat.
At the moment, they're just trying to see off the bowlers. Khalid, 50 runs in his two matches that he's played. He's been touch expensive. Not a bad time to come back into form, because both these batters are playing themselves in at the moment.
Yeah, or perhaps having a bit of a net practice without nets. Ollie, this time he tries to break the shackles. He hasn't quite gotten hold of it, though. It lands shortly. Some intents shown, finally. But yeah, I mean, they're trying to see more than 10 before they get going.
Oh, that's wrapped on the pads. Huge appeal. Maybe going down leg indicated by the umpire there. Prasanna Haran. He's been very good this evening. All the umpires officiating in this game have given an absolute wonderful account of themselves, and quite rightly so. That was drifting down leg.
And comes Khalid once again, and he's hit that straight down the ground. He's gotten hold of that really well as well. It's gone for a boundary, exactly what they need. There's no harm in swinging your bat in T10. It doesn't hurt.
Well, that was the safest shot they may have played this evening, right over the bowler's head. One bounce into the ropes, much needed for breaking the shackles this time around. Just adding some entertainment and value for runs. Gives the charge. Oh, this is very smart work behind the stumps. Very, very intelligent work.
Finally, some adrenaline pumping in here. He's played a couple of shots, and both have been with an aggressive intent. Exactly what you need in this format of the game. Just keep going. Don't worry about losing your wicket. People are going to respect you for a higher strike rate, particularly when it comes to this version of the game. And he comes again, and he's made the connection. How well has he hit it? He's hit it well enough. Over the boundary for a 6.
Afnas has decided time has come to shift gears. A boundary and a dot, and after that he's got that much needed 6. This time it was bowled in the area for him to cut loose, and he's drilled that over the long on region. And Khalid's poor run in this tournament continues.
And it's gone again. There is a fieldsman down there. He's hit that too well, though. It's gone like a tracer bullet. Not too far from that fielder at long on there. Long off, rather. But it's raced away.
Oh yes, the placement was very good in this occasion. Just wide of the fielder at long off, and that was really hit firmly. You could see the pace on the ball. So some move on over here as the crowds have something to cheer about in the second match of the evening. Remember, they're all double headers out here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium, and each evening we've seen a sizable turnout as well. Fans, families, spectators coming into view. The Ooredoo presents QCA Ramadan T10 Cup powered by Elite Sports.
And Afnas all of a sudden have changed the tempo of this game, and he's got us on the edge of our seat as well.
That's the hospitality area, families coming in. We've had a very good turnout every evening. Remember, this is a weekday. The weather has played fine, the pitch has played true, and the players are playing some wonderful cricket in the middle. And we all are enjoying calling cricket here at the wonderful Asian Town Cricket Stadium.
Yeah, I would definitely like to second that, Mikhail. We've had some really decent numbers coming in, given that this is not the mainstream teams from the elite division involved. Still, we've seen some excellent cricket and wonderful turnout. Oh, this time it was a full toss, and he's given that a full Monty. He's cleared the fence, as he will have to wait for the umpire signal. He signaled that as a 6.
This is wonderful counter-attack by Selex. They have turned it on in the last couple of deliveries, taking it on the full this time and over the bowler's head and the ropes. This is very fine hitting in the middle. So blitzkrieg on offer here by both the batters. And match on, ladies and gentlemen. They don't want to give up without a fight. This time, drives it through the gap behind backward point. 4 more. It's raining 6s and 4s here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium.
Well, he's hitting them so well at the moment, with so much power, that even if it's not going too far away from those fielders, it's still going into the fence.
This is a very fast outfield, may I add. Once the ball gets past that inner circle, it's hurrying to the ropes. And what acceleration we've seen in the last 5 to 7 deliveries.
All of a sudden, they've come back into the contention here. This time it was a touch short. It's gone up in the air. There should be a catch. Has he taken it? 1, 2, 3 wobbles, and he's dropped it. What a let-off at this stage. And what a man to drop. And almost an opportunity for a run out. It's all happening here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium in Doha, Qatar.
Catches being dropped, run-outs being missed, an extra run being denied. We're seeing it all unfold in front of us. Once again, going for glory, not in control. Fielder coming underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost taking that. And almost hit his head as well on the ground. We just hope he's fine. But we've seen it all unfold here right in front of us. May have made for great amusement value. But I'll tell you what, action, reaction, everything in that one delivery.
Well, it's absolutely changed the tempo of the game. I think it's changed the tempo certainly in the commentary box as well. 6, 4, and then comedy of errors. And I think it's just the right time as well to welcome my co-commentator Davey into the attack. And he's launched it! He has launched it! Somebody could have caught that. Somebody working for Qatar Airways, I think.
Brilliant counter-attacking over this. They've been able to get some boundaries and some surge in score making. In the slot, taking his front leg out of the way and smacking it over the boundary for a 6.
Well, he's turning it on here, that's for sure. Looks to be in a murderous mood.
Can they win from this situation? 51 for 3, 117 to win. This has been great tempo in the last couple of overs. The run making has become easy thing at the moment for the batting unit. Sihab is batting on 23 of 12. And Afnas changing the course of the action. 22 of just 7 deliveries. 66 to win from 4.2 overs. Glides the ball down to the third man for a single.
Yeah, good comeback there from the bowler. Bowling it full, a yoker. And it's not easy to get underneath those.
The required rate 15.60 run per over, but in looking at the way they've been able to score runs in last 2 overs, anything can be done with bat in hand if they bat with the same tempo. Takes the edge, and there is a third man, there is a fumble. Better awareness would have resulted in 2 runs, but limiting it to single. An expensive over this, the 6th one, and it's 53 for 3.
Yeah, 65 needed of the last 4 overs. 64, I beg your pardon, with that single. I definitely think it's game on.
I can repeat, that's the worm, slightly peaking at the moment after losing plenty of wickets early on in the first 4 overs. The last couple of overs have been quite prolific and fruitful as well from batting perspective. Things have happened in the past in limited overs cricket in particular, getting that total in last 4 overs. I can remember Trinidad and Tobago versus Deccan Chargers in the Champions League, 2009-18 Champions League in India. It happened. Kiran Pollard came out as a victorious batter, thumping those runs, especially he was very severe against Henriquez. So things have happened in the past. Can they turn it on here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium tonight? The team selects in the chase.
Carlos Brathwaite in that all-important finals versus England in India. 20 needed of the last over.
At the historic Eden Garden Cricket Stadium in Kolkata in the final. And up to that mark, Stokes was bowling beautifully, executing his Yorkers, executing his slower deliveries to great effect. But in that final over, there was back-to-back 4 sixes from Carlos Brathwaite, sealing the victory from highly unlikely situation for West Indies.
Nothing's impossible, that's for sure. And this time it was bowled down the leg side. They will scamper through for a bye as well.
And before that, in the semi-final at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai, chasing 195, it was brilliant effort from batters, top-order batters, in sealing victory for the team West Indies to beat crowd favourite home team India at the Wankhede Stadium in 2016 T20 World Cup.
And back in the day, long time, seems like a long time back now, 50 overs cricket, the highest total chased by South Africa against Australia, was highly unlikely.
That was unbelievable effort from Herschel Gibbs, and opening the batting with him was Graham Smith, chasing 434. The bowling lineup that had the likes of McGrath and company getting to that total was outstanding effort in limited overs cricket. And after that, big scores have been chased down in the history of the game as well in limited overs. And we've seen double centuries after that, many double centuries in one-day cricket.
Yeah, that particular game changed the course of how you looked at one-day cricket. People no longer thought 400 even, well, in the beginning people thought 300 was a safe score. After the game, even 400 was not looked at as a safe score on some occasions.
That's happening in South Africa, where even 250 used to be a match-winning score. But that match happened at the Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg, and that's where the ball flew to the all corners of the ground with that sensational opening partnership between Graham Smith and Herschel Gibbs. Carved away through the offside, giving no chance to the fielder patrolling across there on the boundary at the cover position and picking up a boundary.
Yeah, up and over he goes. There was width on offer. All he had to do was throw his hands and arms at it, evading that fielder at deep cover.
Also the T20 match, India versus Sri Lanka, where Pathan brothers sealing the victory for India. They needed 60 to win from 4 overs and they managed it. Things have happened in the past, now looking to come into the contest. This has been a very good over. Looking at the required rate, still they require 55 to win from 19 deliveries.
Yeah, a bit of motivation for them if they are listening, though. 49 this partnership.
50 of 21 being dominated by Sihab, 30 of 16, 25 of 11. They needed better start. They consumed too many deliveries, lost too many wickets at the top of the order, and after that it was very difficult to redeem themselves and win this game. But Afras and Shihab trying to give a little bit of chance to their unit to win from this highly unlikely situation, but things can happen. Cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties, and one big over of 25 or 30, all of a sudden you will find the team back in the reckoning.
Absolutely. They've only got their top order to blame for the position they're in at the moment. Not enough intent shown. You've got to remember, it doesn't really matter if you lose wickets.
Tabrij, who was not up to the mark with bat in hand, batting in the middle order for the team. Masters, after winning the toss and batting first, would like to make some contribution. He enjoys great fan following here in Qatar.
Yeah, and he's lived up to the expectations of his fans for sure in this game. Bowled the first maiden of this Ramadan. Ooredoo presents Ramadan T10 Cup.
And took wicket as well. Too far outside the stump, that will be wide. Just have a look at the field on the onside. They got man at the square leg region on the boundary, man at the mid wicket, and long on, long off, and man at the sweeper position on the offside on the boundary. So 2 on the offside, 3 on the onside. An extra cover and man at the point, and a short third man, 3 men on the offside inside the circle, and 2 on the onside inside the circle.
Yes, the message is loud and
Rather
clear.
one.
It's going to be full and slower perhaps. That man at deep mid wicket moving slightly towards his right. Oh, he's ballooned that catch straight into the hands of that fielder at covers.
Another soft dismissal, wanted to get it over the top of the cover, not to the pitch of the ball. Playing it obviously that left arm is that they generate that angle, low full toss, just lobbing it straight into the hand of the fielder. To his delight, a simple catch taken, a soft dismissal in the covers, and the partnership has finally been broken. And it's Tabrij who strikes again.
Tabrij, he's been their go-to man this evening. Put the brakes on scoring and now picking up a wicket as well. It's a crucial man, Shihab.
Great opportunity for players coming in from Eastern Asian community, from India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh in particular. A lot of fan following for Bangla Tigers fans in this competition, doing job and then having that passion for the game, to play the game despite limited opportunities, and finally on this lush green outfield on an excellent surface, sporting surface here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium, an international venue. This has been quite a transformation as far as development of cricket in Qatar.
Well, absolutely. We'll come back to that after this ball. Swing and a miss. Yeah, it's absolutely imperative, not just from a professional point of view, but also from the point of view of mental health and well-being. Lots of these people staying away from their families for long periods and limited opportunities for entertainment, and then they have this excellent platform to go out there, express themselves, enjoy themselves, and at the same time showcase their talent.
And for a couple of years, because of the COVID, most of the people were held hostage because of COVID restrictions and other things. And this time, with a slower delivery, attacking the stumps, looking to whack it through the onside. He's been castled. Tabrij has his 3rd wicket. This has been a tremendous bowling figure already for Tabrij.
Well, it's that man again. Tabrij has been an absolute showstopper tonight. Once again, I think he was a bit slower in pace there. Yeah, slower ball, trying to fetch that ball from that good length, trying to deposit it somewhere down in the middle of Doha, missing it completely. And the ball going on to dislodge the bails.
So, great entertainment coming out of that COVID situation, relaxation and rules here in Qatar as well. Just before the Football World Cup, they want to warm it to the game of cricket as well. A lot of cricket scheduled ahead of us. The D20, the domestic T20 tournament, the official domestic T20 tournament here in Qatar, and then D10 and other tournaments as well. So they are bringing some structure in play here in Qatar Cricket Association. It's QCA T10 Ramadan Cup 2022.
That's excellent news, I think, for everyone, for all the stakeholders, whether it's players, spectators, broadcasters. It's great to see things normalizing, coming back on track.
Fantastic facilities here, and it will be this time this movement away from the right and better. Also, Qatar cricket team, the national cricket team, traveling to Canada to play the ICC T20 World Cup qualifiers for this cycle of 2024. So they will also have the opportunity to prepare well before that competition, where they need to win 10 out of 10 matches to qualify for the ICC T20 World Cup. This time he's beaten outside the upper stump, trying to give a bit of room to himself. He's bowling accurately. He's taking the pace of the ball. At the same time, he's bowling quick deliveries as well. In this over, he's been able to take 2 wickets, 3 wickets for just single run. This has been a tremendous bowling performance already from Tabriz.
Yeah, going back to your point about developing the infrastructure, I think it's so very important. It's absolutely imperative that you play with a good infrastructure if you're going into a major event, such as the World Cup qualifiers, as the batsman has whipped that ball away to long on, coming back for a comfortable second. Yeah, talking about infrastructure, you've got to have these kind of events on a more regular basis. Give that exposure to your players, whether they're senior or junior. Try to find that talent within them.
Really surprised. It's extraordinary to see that Tabriz just conceding 3 runs and taking 3 wickets, including maiden as well. The first maiden in the tournament. 16 teams participating in this tournament, and that's too in Qatar, normally not a cricketing nation. I can understand 16 teams participating in India, Pakistan or Bangladesh in some competition, but 16 teams participating in such a small country like Qatar is already an extraordinary achievement. 25 of 11 from the blade of Apnas, just trying to provide a little bit of entertainment to the crowd here. 25.50, that's the required rate in 2 overs. 51 of just 12 deliveries. You need certain Yuvraj Singh to get over the line from here on. That's the bowling performance, 1 for 12 in 2 overs, setting the tone. Qadir Mohammad with the new ball, 3 for 3 for Tabriz, bowling in 2 separate spells, but an excellent bowling figure with the 1 maiden, the first in the tournament, with the economies of 1.50. And Sajid was taken for runs, 1 for 25 in his 2 overs. All the bowlers chipping in with timely performances to reduce Selex to 66 for 5 here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. 2 matches scheduled for tomorrow as well, starting at 6:30 in the evening.
Yeah, talking about these 16 teams participating in a mini nation like Qatar, it shows you the passion and the zeal Qatar has for cricket. And hats off to all these players for putting their foot forward. Talking about putting your foot forward, he had the dancing shoes on there, Afnas. We'll just get a single though.
It's too little, too late. Still they require 50 runs to win from 11 deliveries. How many sixes from this over? Crowd patiently waiting for some entertainment. It was a great counter-attack from Afnas and company, but wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it's amazing to see the spirit of these players, the way they've come out there, expressed themselves, using his feet, no timing. But yeah, it's been absolutely monumental, exemplary in the way they have participated in this tournament, despite the fact that there have been so many restrictions and hurdles in organizing a cricketing extravaganza of this stature.
Thanks to Ooredoo and LED Sports for powering on and creating a show for the spectators to come in the ground to witness cricket under lights, at the same time providing platform to the players from different communities to participate. Total of 16 teams in 16 days of cricketing carnival here at the Asian Town Cricket Stadium. 75.
And it's great to see also how COVID protocols and SOPs have been taken care of.
It's extraordinary that it's wide that Division 2 cricket is going live global, which is some kind of great initiative. You see higher grade cricket in some countries, even the national cricket is not going live. So looking at that thing, I think this has been an excellent effort from QCA
And this
to put it on the digital platforms. Straight to the man. At the short fine leg region, they will eke a single.
and just to remind our audiences out there, most of this, no, well, not most, but the tournament itself is being played under ICC protocol. We've got an anti-corruption unit in place. We've got a match referee, umpires who are qualified, and as a result, we've seen some top-tier cricket being played.
Also, the pitch curator, who has been maintaining international pitches for more than 5 years, has taken training in different places, and this time he has taken the wicket as they mark the end of the 9th over, trying to go down the pitch to hit it over the top, missing a straight ball.
And also, another thing that's happened is we've got people from all backgrounds, races, genders and age groups coming in, watching the cricket. And it's largely impressive to see how the youngsters have turned up here, and that's really, really crucial in the long run. Youngsters watching this game, admiring some of these players, aspiring to become cricketers in the future.
Once upon a time, the likes of Tendulkar used to be bowler, ball pickers, and eventually getting to see the cricketers exhibiting their skills in front of their eyes that inspired them to take up the sport seriously. The Masters Cricket Club winning the toss and batting first in 10 overs, managing 116 for 7 and imposing total on this wicket with 22 extra, helping to their coach Khalid getting 45 of just 19 deliveries, and Salim getting 2 wickets for 22 for 21 for rubbish in the chase in 9 overs. They're lurking behind at the moment. They've been reduced to 73 for 6 after getting off to a very shaky start in the batting department. There was some entertainment courtesy of Naz is batting 29 of 15, and now it's about formalities.
Yeah, it will have to be some kind of a miracle if they are to step over the line in this encounter. They've fallen too far behind, been playing catch up for the most part of this game. This time a low full toss worked away for a single only, but yeah, in general I think it's been a disappointing performance here by Selex. They haven't really been able to execute their plans well, left themselves with a bit too much to do in the end, and as a result are staring an embarrassing defeat.
Problem has been the adaptability. It was a very good surface a couple of days back, good for batting, but some deterioration, natural deterioration. Total of 14 matches have been played on this surface, so you can expect that kind of change in behavior of the pitch as well. But the bowling, both bowling units adapting to the pitch really well. Batters struggle to find solutions.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of wear and tear in the past few days. It'll be interesting to see how the pitch changes over the course of the next few days, because we've got the playoffs coming up. Not very. We'll come back to it after this ball. Oh, he's been a bit cheeky on that occasion, just shuffling to the offside and scooping that ball.
See, it's Brendan McCullum in the shot is going deep in the crease and getting some deflection on its way to the boundary for 4. Consolidation, some consolation in the batting department. This time he hits it straight down the ground, and it will run away to the boundary for 4. Back-to-back boundaries to finish this match. A comfortable victory for the team Masters Cricket Club. Full length deliveries and was hit straight as an arrow to complete a commanding victory in this match number 14 of the competition. Master Cricket Club winning by a massive margin of 33 runs.
Yeah, looking at that batting card there, Afnas stands out with his 38 of 19 deliveries, played an absolute blinder, and then Shihab at the top of the order scoring 13 of 17 were the only two batsmen who really got going. The rest were really pedestrian. We had Ashif Ashraf scoring 1, Shamir getting out for a 0.
And defending 117 to win. Excellent discipline shown by the bowlers, just conceding 6 extras, and almost every bowler was spot on. But the powerful performance came from Tabriz Mohammed. 2 overs, 1 maiden, the first maiden of the tournament, taking 3 wickets for 3. Wicket for 12 in 2 overs for Kadir, and 1 for 25 in 2 overs for Shajid, and 1 for 17 in 2 overs for Adnan. Khalid Mohammed, the only bowler who suffered, going for 25 in 2 overs, and Sajad also going for 25 in 2 overs. So that's the match summary. Master Cricket Club winning the toss and batting first, getting 116 for 7, courtesy an excellent innings at the top of the order by Khalid, 45 of 19, 24 of 21 from the blade of Adnan, continuing to enjoy great form with bat in hand. Salim getting 2 for 20, 2 for 21 for Rabish, and in the chase the bowlers were outstanding. Tabriz telling figures of 3 for 3 in his 2 overs, 1 for 12 in 2 overs for Kadir. Only Afnas could get 38 of 19, and Shihab giving a little bit of hope in the middle stage of the innings with quick fire 30 of 17. Master Cricket Club winning by 33 runs. 2 matches scheduled for tomorrow, but before that, to identify the man of the match, we will have the presentation very, very shortly.
Good evening and welcome to the presentation ceremony of match number 14 on day 7 of Ooredoo Presents QCA Ramadan T10 Cup, powered by Elite Sports. What a game we've just witnessed. Masters Cricket Club putting up a very fine all-round effort to secure the first points on the board, and by doing so they've given them a very good chance of making it to the quarterfinals as well. And let me tell you now, Group B is in an interesting stage. That's because it may well and truly boil down to that net run rate as well going into the business end. Remember, only 2 teams qualify. Batting first, the Masters Cricket Club managed 1-1-6 for 7, and in the chase, Selex never looked like getting there as they finished on 83 for 6, going down by 33 runs in this contest. Just the right time to have a quick chat with both the captains. We'd like to call upon the captain of Selex first up, Asif Ashraf. If you could come by for a quick chat with us. आशिफ, पहले गेम आप जीत चुके हैं, दूसरे गेम में ये बार आप 33 रन से हार चुके हैं और नेट रन रेट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगा फाइनल गेम में अगर आप जीते तो कैसा आपका अप्रोच रहेगा और आज क्या हुआ?
आज बहुत रन हमसे हम लोग बहुत रन हमसे गेव किया था।
यहाँ पे बैटिंग पहले करना ईजियर होता है एक टीम के लिए?
इजी था, लेकिन हम लोग बहुत अभी स्टार्ट किया था हम लोग प्रैक्टिस, इसलिए इसका थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है। Inshallah, we will come back next match, inshallah.
All the very best. Do well.
Thank you.
Captain of Selex, Asif Ashraf. Not a bad time to call upon the winning captain as well from Masters Cricket Club, Kadir. Kadir, very good performance, much needed win.
Yeah, exactly. We had a chat with our boys. You know, we lost already one match. We don't have, any excuses. We had a plan. We executed well. I'm glad our boys did very well.
I was hearing the chatter coming from the dugout while you all were fielding. They were saying the net run rate has to be kept in mind.
Exactly.
You're clearly playing to a plan now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we had a chat with our, the team. We need to look somewhere in the mind run rate.
You have some very fine bowlers in your side. We saw it today on display as well.
Yeah, actually, still I find, Tabrez is almost like 45, 46. Still he's doing well. I hope he'll do in the future as well. Good.
Very well played. You give yourself a very good chance now of making it to the quarterfinals.
Thank you.
That's the captain of MCC, Kadir there. Very happy with his team. Just the right time to introduce and welcome a guest of honor as well this evening, who will be giving away the player of the match. He's Mr. Jacob Thomas, the Managing Director of Elite Sports, our co-sponsors as well of this particular event. Thank you very much, Mr. Jake. And we talk about performances in this particular fixture, quite a few coming in. We had Mohammad Khalid of Masters Cricket Club hitting 45 runs in only 19 deliveries. He had 5 sixes and a 4 as well. We had Afnas from Selex, 38 runs. He had 4 fours and 2 sixes. But fair to say, today's effort and today's player of the match goes to a gentleman who brought in all his experience and showed that you only need to bowl in the right channels to make it count in the middle. Mohammad Tabriz of Masters Cricket Club. A maiden wicket over, the first in the T10 league. And what a performance. He's put 3 wickets for him, giving away only 3 runs. And he bowled a maiden as well in the 2 overs, and that was a wicket maiden. Top performance by Tabriz. Tabriz ji, आपकी टीम जश्न मनाना शुरू कर दिया है?
जी सर, मैच जीतने तो ऑफ कोर्स हक बनता है जश्न मनाने का।
एक बॉलर के लिए यहाँ पे क्या लेंथ डालना चाहिए, क्योंकि हम देखते हैं कि थोड़ा भी एरर आ जाए तो पिट जाता है।
विकेट बहुत अच्छी है सर, बॉल अच्छा विकेट बैट पे आ रहा है, तो इसमें बॉलर को करना है कि वो अपने सी बॉल को रिलीज करे, अपने स्विंग को कंसंट्रेट करे और बॉल अच्छा विकेट है, अच्छी बॉलिंग कर सकते हैं।
आपके कैप्टन से क्या बात थी जब आप बॉलिंग करने गए इस टारगेट को डिफेंड करने के लिए?
को यही था कि बस हमको गेंद जो है कि डॉट करनी है, हमें विकेट लेने के लिए नहीं जाना है, बैट्समैन खुद हमको विकेट दे देगा अगर हम बॉलिंग डॉट करेंगे बोलें तो। आपको
पता है कि आपने एक छोटा सा रिकॉर्ड भी क्रिएट किया है, आप पहले बॉलर हो जिस इसने टूर्नामेंट में मेडन विकेट लिया है।
मैं शुक्र अदा करता हूँ अल्लाह ताला का जिसने मुझे इस चीज़ से नवाजा।
Very well done, all the very best, and wonderful seeing you bowl those nice left arm seam ups.
Thank you sir.
That was Tabriz there, the player of the match, 3 for 3, a maiden wicket as well, the first to do so in the competition. And what a contest we've seen by Masters Cricket Club, putting it across against the Selex. And Group B is clearly split wide open at the moment. Well, that's it from the presentation area. We thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow once again with another double header from all of us out here. For now though, goodbye and good night.